please explain to me what the fap concept means.
What's Nofap?
What's no fap?
No, that's good because he doesn't know he's free. He's mentally and spiritually free because people these days they have all labels like Nofap, alpha male, sigma, semen retention, passport bros. But before social media, we didn't have any of those labels, and people were happy. You know, you wouldn't call someone who goes travelling like my dad went travelling around the world, like he has done. He's got like a new Sicilian wife now, and he's had like lots of girlfriends, and you wouldn't say him, oh, passport bro, oh, he's a sigma, he's like a, what, I don't know, a sigma. Whatever.
Go on, tell him what Nofap is.
Okay, Nofap. It's it's basically not fapping, not masturbating.
Not masturbating.
Yeah, no masturbating. Not masturbating. Channeling your energy. I call it limitless. I think it should be new name. Just call it limitless. You know, it's like the movie Limitless with the guy who takes the pills. He's got this extra focus and he isn't deterred. And
So let me ask you this. Not knowing anything, I've never heard about Nofap. Why do you think someone would practice Nofap?
I think there's a good point in there in trying to retain more of your energy and stamina for whatever projects you want to push ahead. Yeah.
Is that something that you've tried before?
Not purposefully.
No.
But perhaps there is a correlation that I've noticed that I've come to.
Yeah. So this is why you're not like us, because me, I once kept a log for 3 years. Every time that I had an orgasm, every time that I masturbated, for 3 years straight, I kept a spreadsheet.
Dude,
every time that I was ill, every time I had sex, and I did that because I wanted to get a clear picture on my energy around my sexual energy for one, but not just that. And but I'm a bit anal about collecting data and being a bit scientific about things. So yeah, so what?
Even when we're traveling now, you're always okay. We're gonna plan this. We're gonna plan this. I'm like, no, I just want to arrive in Rio. I'm just gonna wing it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I've always
So tell us then, what are the benefits for Nofap? Why would you do it?
I do it for this. Not feel ashamed of myself, and like number one, not feeling ashamed of myself.
Okay, talk about shame, because that's a big problem for a lot of men.
Yeah, especially in this day and age, we're bombarded with, especially in this day and age. In the 90s before social media, we just would wake up and used to go, oh, let's go kickboxing, let's go out, let's go on a bike ride, let's do this. But there's so much, you wake up and there's so much being bombarded with, so much BS and labels that are being made up every day for people to just buy their product at the end of the day. That's all they want to do, is just to buy their products and make...
But specifically about the shame, like tell me how men feel shame around, pleasing themselves.
Well, because they all want to be masculine and macho and alpha male, and we have this big, we want to attract a mate. We see it within us, and all this thing by in social media, the media controls everything, and it's kind of like you turn on your phone, it's scared. You got to be the extra alpha male, and Nofap, and it's kind of built up too much. It's kind of built up too much pressure. And when guys ejaculate now, they feel this shame, which is kind of bad for it. But in the past, before social media, used to ejaculate, I used to feel, I felt good.
Well, I mean, I would say, I've studied Taoism for more than a decade, which is
when I was a teenager, anyway.
Taoism's like the science of energy. It's an ancient Chinese practice, and Nofap really originates from Taoism. It's something that's been studied for over 10,000 years. And Nofap's just a kind of a Western version of what that is, and essentially it's about harnessing your sexual energy so that you can live a longer and healthier life. That's essentially what that is about. So the shame of that is a big problem, because if you're experiencing shame,
that's a negative emotion.
It causes negative problems, and there's a lot of men out there who experience that shame, and then it affects their relationships.
But I tell you this, some of the best, hottest girls I've gotten. I don't know if it's this coincidence, but the next day after I masturbate, they sense that I'm really cool and really chill. But like I don't, I have been girls that have been really, I've been at ease talking to them, much more attractive. But when I do Nofap, I feel that sexual energy and glow. Like they look at me, you can feel their sexual energy. But on the opposite spectrum, there have been girls who find me much more chill when when I did relapse once or twice, a few times.
So that's the benefit for you. That's why you do it then.
Well, that's why I do Nofap, because I feel that if I feel like if I take this woman home to me, she comes to my hotel, I'll be able to perform and I'll be able to do good, but it builds up too much. I try not to think about it as well.
Do you think that women know that you do it then? Have
you
told anyone?
I actually do. I met a friend. She's a lesbian though, so she was much more masculine minded. So she said she's in Brazil and she's in Rio, and I told her about it online. I met her on the street, then we talked about it, and I talked about Nofap. She said, "Oh, she was only like 18, 19 or something." She said, "Oh yeah, that's normal. Every guy does it at this day and age." And I thought it was a big secret. I thought, oh no, because when I did it in 2000, when I started, it was a big, little secret, little underground fight club kind of thing. And but now it's like everybody does it. That's why there's so much shame. Because it's like if you're masturbating in this day and age, kind of like you're masturbating, you're like cast you out, And especially if you're online all the time, you're bombarded with this. Oh, you got to mute, you got to do this, you got to do Nofap, you got to dress smart, you got to have the chiseled jawline, you got to do fasting, you got to
blue pill.
There's so much information out there
black
now.
pill.
Whereas in the 90s, in the early 2000s, before social media, there wasn't any information. There's probably a bit of information you have to go to a book, a library.
Yeah, it's all in books. I've got books talking about this stuff. Yeah. It's, as I say, ancient Taoist stuff.
But now it's all free online. It just builds up too much information, and that information causes stress as well, and the stress combats the sex. You can't perform when you.
Do you think people should do it? Do you think young men should do Nofap?
No, I think they should follow their dreams. I don't think so, because I think they should follow the dreams, and then when they follow the dreams, they learn from themselves about it. I don't think they should learn from this information online about do it for 30 days, all these rules and everything. Yeah. It just builds up too much pressure.
Yeah, I agree with you. I think if you're in your teens, there's too much pressure.
Way too much pressure.
Yeah, way too much pressure.
Yes. And you should learn by yourself from following your dreams. You should follow your dreams. Maybe you should. You learn naturally once you follow how you feel, your heart and your impulses. And when you ejaculate, you should think, I don't feel too good. Maybe I should stop this now. Maybe I feel a bit ashamed of myself. And that's how I learned from myself, because there was no information when we started. There was nothing online. I think early 2000, I just felt I'm really depressed. Why am I so depressed? And I realised every time I did the deed, I was like, oh, I want to end myself. I just don't feel good about myself. What's the point and everything? And then I put two and two together, and I thought, all right, I'm going to do this. And I started to take it really seriously around about 10 years ago. That's when I started to, because I did edging before.
So you say you've done it for more than how long?
Well, I started experimenting in the year 2000 when I watched the movie 40 Days and 40 Nights. I thought, okay, I'm going to test. I like testing my body, test how far I can push myself. So 2000, and then 2013, 12, 10 years ago was when I started taking it seriously.
Okay,
I met this woman I really like, and I thought, okay, I really want to perform well with her. She's beautiful, she's gorgeous, so I did it for them, and I did it really seriously. Edged a bit, I edged now and then, like 10 years ago. But when I'm too busy, I've been traveling the world for 10 years, so I've not had the time, the luxury to be in one place, to just relax, watch Netflix, and masturbate, bad food. I've really had that chance for more than 3 weeks, so I've not had that chance. It's just not been available to me.
So tell me,
I feel more at peace.
After all this time that you've been practicing it, why do you keep doing it?
I just feel at peace. Like, I go to the park and have my yerba mate today, like you saw in my last videos. I just feel at peace. Whereas it's kind of like a drug. It's like the worst drug in the world. I've never taken other drugs, but that's how I experience. I say it's the worst drug when you see a girl online and you're talking to her. It's like you can't get enough of it until you ejaculate, climax, and But when I would travel the world, I just sit in a park and just like I'm exhausted, and just like I relax. I just feel at peace. Like nothing bothers me, and that peace brings it stops aging, it stops stress. Makes you healthy, and and it attracts the best kind of people. Obviously, you do have a bad side. Like obviously, I have this pent up energy still, still within me. I still want to, and it helps me channel my dreams. Like I have these dreams, like, oh, I need to do kickboxing, I need to do MMA, I need to do all this. Whereas I feel lost if I ejaculate, like lost into oblivion. Like there's no. But now I know I have a focus. I feel, okay, I've got to do this, I've got to do that, and I feel at peace within. I feel the confidence within. I could just go to the mall now and speak to anyone. Nothing will bother me.
So based on that, is that something that you would be interested in? Does that appeal to you? Do you feel inspired? It's okay to say no.
No.
There was an elephant in the room who didn't get to speak yet. So the question from the elephant was, well, what's the new frequency at which you can feel at peace and find a good balance?
You mean like how often to?
He releases himself. Yeah.
Ah. How often to ejaculate to get the most benefit?
How often to ejaculate?
Yeah.
If you're young, it depends. I mean, you can basically do it every week.
Yeah, I think that's a good answer. So the Taoists say that the younger you are, the more often you can release. So if you're 18 years old, you can do it every day, no problem. And it's fine up until you're really about 30, and then you just need to sort of start to slow down. But really, it's a question of like where you are in your life and your health, and you can feel it in yourself. So like when you have that, and then if you're feeling tired afterwards, then yeah, it's a sign that you need to take more rest in between. If you're really old, like in your 70s, yeah, it's going to put you out of action for a lot longer. But yeah, the answer is that it depends on the person. But in general, the older you get, the longer it should be. So for me personally, I try to aim. I experimented with this. As I say, I keep my scientific log sheets, and I found for me personally, once a month, it works well for me.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, I do. I'm not perfect. I mean, but he does. Tim does. Tim. Oh, you don't do it now, do you?
Well.
Yeah, Nofap. You don't do it.
Yeah, I'm doing it.
Oh right.
Oh wait. No, I do semen retention.
Yeah,
so there's different versions of Nofap. But if you're talking about no touching whatsoever, I have practiced that.
But you edge.
I did it once for 7 months, just to see what would happen, with nothing. But yeah, generally I practice semen retention instead, which is a different thing, but that would be another video.
Because I'm the opposite of you. I was really OCD, and my semen retention, when I did it, it kind of multiplied my OCD. And my agoraphobia when I was younger as well.
Okay.
I became really paranoid. Oh, this has got to be in shape. This has got to be in shape. I used to be inside all the time, like 8 hours a day, cleaning and everything. I had so much energy, and I didn't realise what it was because I was practicing with it at the time. I wasn't full, no full semen retention then. I was practicing. But obviously, at 18, you shouldn't be. At that age, you can, experiment. You can release yourself.
Yeah.
But I started traveling the world, and I couldn't afford to be OCD anymore. I had to throw it all out. So I'm the opposite of you. You're always planning everything meticulously. I've got my bag with rips. I wear ripped clothes, and I just go, okay, now I'm going to wing it. I'm just like, screw it, F it, F the system. And that I think Nofap has kind of given me that confidence to be like that as well. But I'm not perfect. Like I have my own insecurities because Nofap, like I said, it's a double-edged sword. It's like a fire. It's like fire. It's like you're playing with fire all the time. If you know how to control it, it's
yeah.
But,
I think you make.
I'm not really experienced, so it has backfired on me. Even now, I do twitches in time, and I get full.
Yeah.
Energy.
So your sexual energy is it's one of the most powerful energies that you can.
I think it's the most powerful.
What's that?
Your fingers, maybe.
It's one of the most powerful energies that you have accessible to you, that you can access easily. So I've lost my train of thought.
I think it's the most powerful. It's the most sexual part. If you channel it, like Mike Tyson, Muhammad Ali, they always say the Mike Tyson's. I studied martial arts, Bruce Lee, for fighting throughout my life, like many young guys like we did. And like Mike Tyson's trainer said, Muhammad Ali's trainer said, a guy who can channel his sexual energy, I put my money on him every single time. And it's true. I mean, I still have that energy. I'm getting older now, but I still have that energy. Like I wake up and it's like, and I go out clubbing. It's kind of like,
you're right.
I'm still full of energy. And
yeah, exactly. That's sort of.
It's a double-edged sword at the same time.
Yeah, like if you have that energy within inside you, then you have to. It's one thing to be able to harness, to create the environment to make it grow in you, which is like Nofap. You can use Nofap, but doing Nofap is just stage 1. Yeah. Stage 2 is like then actually being able to harness and utilize the energy that you're trapping.
Yeah.
And if your body, if your mind and emotions are not in good state, then you become like a leaky bucket, and the energy spills out in different ways. Yeah. And it can make you angry. It can make you pent up.
And you're young, especially when you're first starting out, and you kind of got gripping your own. Because we've all got our own energy. No one's like, we're not all robots. We don't all do. Okay, we all do Nofap. Now we're all going to end up the same path.
Yeah.
We all have our own energy, which is completely different. That's going to lead to filling our own dreams and making the world better.
Yeah. I'm 42, and one thing I would say is when I was younger, I had loads of energy. I didn't really need to do anything. But the older you get for a man, like the more important it becomes to hold on to what you have, because you just don't have as much. It's not as easily available. So you have to become, by necessity, you have to refine what you're doing. And harnessing your sexual energy is an important part of that. It's only one form of energy, but it's definitely the most powerful. But as you get older, your sexual desire it changes. It becomes more stable. It's not like that burning thing that you have when you're younger. It starts to change a little bit, and the danger for many men is that they lose it. They lose that fire, and that causes a lot of problems for men. And then they go online and start taking like TRT and getting obsessed with testosterone. But you don't need to do that stuff.
All these artificial things created by man just to get money.
No, you don't need to do that stuff. You just have to understand how to harness the energy. And if you start when you're young, then and practice it, then it can have a big impact.
Yeah. So I've got a question for you though. Where's Rafa gone? Have you gone?
Don't worry.
All right. But I just have a question for you. Obviously, I'm not perfect. Obviously, this is my day off, so I've not done anything today. Because, don't judge me by me thinking, oh, this guy is not, he's got all his problems, he's all full of energy, he's not really great with women, and that isn't a thing I do it for. Because today I just woke up, I just went to the supermarket. I've been travelling I've been doing 8 different cities in the past month. I'm exhausted, so today's my off day. Today isn't me nowhere near, what I do when I train and when I'm at my best. But I'm nowhere near it. But I just feel at peace. But like for you, do you have experiences where you've ejaculated, you've relapsed, and then the next day you go out, and you've gone out and you feel yourself much more at ease? Like any benefits? Like
it's really different for me because I suffer from a condition called poise. Yeah. I have a condition called post-orgasmic illness syndrome. So the effects on me is a lot more prevalent. Like if I have an ejaculation, my energy is really low. But if I have a cure for that. Lots of people that suffer it go on my channel and look at stuff. So anyway, I'm not the normal.
Everybody feels exhausted. I mean, I don't feel like doing anything. I stay in bed and think, okay, tomorrow's another day.
Right.
If I ejaculate tomorrow, I'll eat a lot of eggs and steak. My head's probably full of nonsense. It could be, but just it might be a placebo, but I don't think it is. It just makes me feel good. But there has been times, because it's a double-edged sword, like I said, it's a fire, where I've attracted girls, not women, but immature women. When I'm on about girls, I'm on about girls who are 18 but they're immature, who have been attracted to me because they're much more at ease. Because in this day and age, all the guys are getting their dopamine released. A lot of the young boys, they're masturbating and playing video games and eating fast food and stuff, and they're chill to be around. You know what I mean? But then when I attract like the most hottest women, I've always been on Nofap, the model kind of women, that they're in tune with their sexual energy, and they know how to channel their sexual energy also. They're, but then you have the girls who just drink alcohol and eat McDonald's, go out partying and just have no control. They attract the guys that have no control also. But if you want to attract the best females, the hottest women, the kind of woman like I walk down the street and it'd be like, wow, everyone's turning their heads to look at her, and that's how you do Nofap. You do Nofap and you attract that kind of woman. So that's basically Like for me, today's our rest day, and I just feel at peace, like happy with my life.
Nofap.
Double-edged sword. Yeah.
Very